let's deliver her home. Hey guys, I come with some rather bad or sad tidings. This one is surprised to see walking one in Little Solace. How come these ones assist walking one? Well, not really assisting, but I figured you guys would know what to do best. Noraxia, but this one does not understand. Comrades, this one has heard much wailing. This one would know that what has caused such distress. Terrible news, Elder One. Awful news. Walking One has returned to Little Solace? But why? These ones have not requested further aid. Noraxia? How did this happen? Explain everything to this one at once. So, not only Noraxia, but many of Walking One's friends were lost as well. Noraxia. Noraxia went to Danlin on behalf of this one. Walking One was Noraxia at the end. Tell this one that Noraxia was brave. Tell this one that Noraxia did not suffer. This one is glad to hear Walking One's words. Thank you for bringing Noraxia home, Walking One. These ones also wish to thank Praying Ones. Tell Praying Ones these ones will remember this kindness. This one demands vengeance. Imperial Ones must pay. Imperial Ones must suffer. When the time comes for Walking Ones to face Imperial Ones, do not forget these ones. These ones would not have Noraxia's death be for naught. These ones will fight. I can understand your grief and your pain, as well as your need for some sort of vengeance. Let's see if there's anything we can do to help at the Lich Yard. We thank you for your service to the church and to the selves. You may be pleased to know that, in your absence, we interred the remaining scions in the Lich Yard. Perhaps you still wish to do more for your friends. If so, I would remind you that you have already done so much on their behalf. Please, take a rest and set aside your burdens for now, Yue. I guess we'll go inside the church then. I'm not imagining it, Yue. I know I'm being watched. This is different, sinister, as if I am under observation. The feeling comes and goes, but I felt it last when I ventured outside. Yes, I know I felt it. Will you look outside for me, please? It will only take a moment. Alright, I'll see if I find anything. honestly kind of ashamed to see all these headstones just ruined. Oh. So he was being watched. Well, Marcus, you're not crazy. You were attacked, weren't you? Are you unharmed? Thank the gods. I knew it. He was watching me. But why was he watching me? What did he want with me? Did he perhaps know something of my past? If only I could have asked him. I think I need to think. Please, allow me a moment alone. Wait. Father Iliud must hear of this. Will you tell him for me? It's important. I think others may come for me again. Well, he's literally right there. He could have heard everything, like with an earshot. But I'll tell him again. Heavens forfend that such a thing would happen on holy ground. Do you have any idea who this man was? Did you notice anything distinctive about his garb or possessions? Well, just that he's got an imperial short sword. This is Garlean steel, which means the man who was watching Marcus was... Make haste to Camp Rybone at once. We must summon the immortal flames before more Imperials come.
I fondly hoped that I might be the first to speak with you. Would that I had been so fortunate. At ease, adventurer. I come not on behalf of the Empire. On the contrary, I mean to revive the scions of the Seventh Dawn. And to that end, I have come in search of a legend. The greatest engineer of our time, Master Cid Garland. I have come for you.
I fear you are mistaken, child. He is but a poor soul who bore witness to the horrors at Cartano. I beg of you, leave us in peace.
Wait, Hear me, Cid. Eorzea needs you.
Cid, was it? Here, these belong to you. I thought you bore the mark of greatness. It seems that I was right. Our time together was all too brief, but it felt as though my son had returned to me. You have brought joy to an old man's life. But it is time for you to help those who truly need you.
Who are you? Finot Leveilleur, at your service. As a scion of the Seventh Dawn, I stand against our primal and imperial foes, as my grandfather once did. 'Tis no secret what befell our order at the Waking Sands. Word has already spread across Eorzea. The repercussions are far greater than you realize. In the wake of the calamity, the three city-states focused their efforts solely on reconstruction, leaving the scions to combat the primal threat unaided. And lo, we are all but destroyed. Yet even as the nations mourn our demise and abandon what little hope they have left, we cannot forsake our duty, now least of all. The Ixal have summoned Garuda once more, and she torments the people of Kurthus as we speak. Her appetite for destruction far exceeds that of other primals. Worse, in her present incarnation, our Baldessian colleagues believe she surpasses both Ifrit and Titan in strength. Yet, therein lies an opportunity. Were we somehow to defeat Garuda, it would serve as a warning to the other beast tribes that even their mightiest gods can be felled. If we are to face our foe, we must first circumvent the tempest that shields her sanctuary. And for that, we need an airship. Your airship, Sid.
I have an airship?
Yes, Sid, you do. Your very own airship. It was last seen in the skies over Gridania, not long before the calamity. So let us begin our search there.
An airship? My airship? Oh, wait.
Come, let us put an end to the primals. Together, we will show the world that the Scions are still a force to be reckoned with.
They need my airship. They need me.
Whilst you were catering to the company of buffoons' every whims, I was gathering information on our feathered foe. As a result, I was not present when the Garleans came. I suppose we should be grateful for our good fortune, though it matters little should Garuda grow powerful enough to bring Eorzea to heel. What a brat. The Enterprise. I have heard that name before, but where? What a curious twist of fate that Master Sid Garland would at last be found within our church. It defies imagination. I beg your pardon, Yue. You wish to find his airship, yes? I know not how much truth there is to it, but there is a tale known as the final flight of the Enterprise, which grew popular in the wake of the calamity, much like the Great Gubu Wall of Ulda. It states that the Enterprise flew northwest from Gridania towards Kurthus. If true, the airship would have passed through North Shroud, likely over Falgord Float, the closest settlement to Kurthus. Mayhap the Serpent Station there have records of the event that transpired that day. I had hopes that you might rest from your journeys for a time, but I see that the world still had need of you and the Scions. Pray look after yourself and Sid, Yue. I'll do my best. Psychos are off the Falgord Float. Let's see if we can see anyone stationed somewhere. Did we need to pass them? Wait, there's a little thingy over here. Like a cabin or an office. Is there aught I can assist you with, sir? The Enterprise? You speak of Master Garland's ship, yes? I need to refer to the records. I know that the airship was sighted overhead 5 years ago, clearly bound for Kurthus. What became of it after, I cannot say. If you wish to know more, pray speak with Voltafort at Florentel Spire. He was on duty that day and saw it with his own eyes. I am unsure what it is you hope to accomplish, though. Even should you look at the ship, it would not need a man of Master Garland's caliber to fly it. I hear that the machinery is fiendishly complex. Okay, so that's fine that you think that we might not be able to fly it, because we got said. But I'm not sure how useful he'll be if he doesn't really have his memories. You have come in search of Voltafort? Well then, for you have found him. Indeed, I have served as a whaler for many years, since before the Great Snows came to Kurthus. What exactly is this about? Ah, the final flight of the Enterprise. I do indeed remember that day. Oh, why don't you tell me about it? 'Twas on the eve of the Battle of Cartano, nigh on 5 years ago. I held the spire alone at night, while the bulk of our forces marched to meet the enemy in the field. Then, all of a sudden, the most fantastic ship I've ever seen splits the sky overhead. I could only watch in shock as it disappeared over the mountains to the northwest. If the Enterprise wasn't destroyed in the calamity, I'd wager it's still somewhere in Kurthus. The astrologians at the observatorium may have records which could help, but to obtain them, you would need to deal with the Asgardians who control the region. I wouldn't expect much, though. The high houses have long been concerned with their own affairs above all else. When Dalaban descended, they took shelter behind their gates, and even now they have little regard for the plights of their other nations. Nevertheless, they may deign to assist you should you prove yourself useful. Consider providing your services to the soldiers who guard the observatorium. Though they may refuse you at first, I have little doubt that they would accept aid freely offered. Alright, sounds good to me. It might be better if we didn't go on foot. So pretty seeing everything covered in snow. The wolves not so much. Excuse me, can you repeat that? You wish to offer your services to the house of Durandier? And what, pray tell, do you wish to receive in exchange? How absurd! As if we would permit an outsider to pursue the records of the observatorium. Do not mistake our courtesy for friendliness. The Holy See of Ishgard may allow foreigners to travel freely within these lands, but we do not intend to offer succor to strangers. Well then. Halon, have mercy. Are you still here? You may take shelter within our walls if you insist, but do not distract me while I'm on duty. We're stretched thin as it is. And where in the Seven Hills is that knight that I sent out on patrol? He should have been returned ages ago. Perhaps I have use for you after all. If you wish to aid us, search the wilds to the west for a missing man. You will know him by his uniform, that of House Durandare, as is mine. These are some difficult names we got over here. Going to the west. Well, I doubt you're the one supposed to help, and I would help, but I'm on a mission. Oh. What happened to you? Oh, that's what happened. Are you okay? If it wasn't for you, sir, I reckon they would have finished me off. Despicable, dragon-loving bastards. Death was a mercy they didn't deserve. I prayed the rumors were mistaken, but this confirms the worst. I must immediately inform my superiors that the heretics are operating within this region. Fare thee well, friend. Well, I guess I'll go back and report. I must say, I didn't actually expect you to find my knight, much less rescue him. I see I may have been premature in my judgment, sir. We are a proud people, beholden to tradition, but that does not mean we are without humility. I shall instruct the astrologians to entertain your requests. However, understand that it is ultimately their decision whether or not you may peruse their records. Pray proceed to the observatorium and introduce yourself to Ed Mella. Alright, I guess we'll go ahead and go on in. The gentlemen come in search of the airship. This is highly unorthodox. Whatever could Sir Ludovic be thinking? It is true that we maintain meticulous records which stretch back generations. However, because of this information is used to chart Dravanian activity, access is strictly controlled. No one can be too careful with heretics and their sympathizers lurking about. If you would persist in your inquiries, pray seek an audience with Chief Astrologian Forlimult up above. Alright, sounds like that's what I'll do. Why these here don't have like a railing is beyond me. They're just asking for people to fall off with one little stumble. Nope, not these guys. You're the one I'm looking for. No, absolutely not. Have you any inkling what it is you ask? Were our records to fall in the wrong hands, it could change the course of a war which has raged for generations. I speak not of some mere spat between sovereign nations. Ours is a holy crusade, and we are the arbiters of Halona's will. I will not put our great nation at risk, certainly not to help a foreigner locate a missing airship of all things. Pardon the intrusion, Forlimort. I wish to speak with you regarding the recent... Oh, I did not realize you had a guest. Inquisitor Guilherme, you honor us with your presence, sir. The gentleman was just leaving. Ah, you must be the one who rescued House during our night from those heretics. Doubtless they feel indebted to you. I am told you seek an airship last seen in Corthus 5 years ago, yes? You come to us at an inconvenient time, I fear. Much has changed in the intervening years, and little for the better. While I wish you the best of luck in your search, I would strongly advise caution. The snows can come quickly in Corthus. One moment you may feel as though you have a firm grasp on your surroundings, safe and secure in your knowledge, and the next you may find yourself in a wholly unfamiliar situation, blind to the dangers hidden by the blizzard. It would be wise for you to focus on a single landmark whilst traveling. Do not give in to temptation and deviate from your course. Well, that's some sound advice. I was not aware you aided House Duriander in that fashion. Thank you, sir. Nevertheless, my decision stands. I cannot give you what you seek. Well then,